All right, day 106. We're starting at Podunk Road and we're going into New Hampshire. We're going to cross the border today, so that'll be cool. I think a little over 13 miles. So the majority of the ascent today, I was like 1,600 feet or something like that, is all at the beginning. We've been hiking up since we got dropped off down at Podunk Road, and we'll eventually be crossing Podunk River. Yeah, so we're going into two towns, Norwich and then Hanover, and looks like we'll be doing a lot of road walks through those two towns as we enter New Hampshire. So yeah, we'll see what that's like. Looks like the border of between the states is on a bridge over a river, so I don't know what that's going to be like. We'll see. And yeah, so today we're also trying something new. Well, not new, but different compared to what we've been doing. I changed shoes. So, to see if it matters to my plantar fasciitis, I've put the Topo Traverse shoes aside. They have like a 5mm drop, and went back to the 0 drop Ultra Lone Peaks. This is a brand new pair of Lone Peaks that I've had. I was going to use on the trail, and we're going to see how they do. I don't expect that, you know, one day maybe all my foot problems will go away, but we'll see if they feel better. So the one thing I find I like a lot about these Ultras, the Lone Peaks, versus the Speed Goats and the Topo Traverse, is the fact that they have a really wide toe box. Much more comfortable for me. I kept feeling like my toes were getting squeezed in the Speed Goats. I liked everything else about the Speed Goats. And same with the Topo Traverse. And one of the issues is on long descents like yesterday, my toes would just kind of get mashed up against the front of the shoe. Now I don't know that that won't happen on these. We'll see, because, you know, that's kind of goes kind of with the game, right? You're walking downhill, your feet are gonna shove to the front. But definitely felt worse in the Traverse than they do in my recollection of running with the Ultras. And I was reminded how comfortable these feel on my feet when I put them on. And yeah, we'll see. Feeling pretty good. I kind of always forget, I think, when I start out, like, oh my God, I'm dying from this climb. But that's just, there's always this like initial, you know, you just start hiking and your body goes like, wait, what are we doing? And kind of pushes back a little bit, or it feels more painful, but then it just kind of goes away and you settle into a hiking groove, and that's where we're at now. So feeling pretty good. This should be a pretty easy day. So I am really looking forward to what's coming up. This is the section of the trail that's always appealed to me, you know, going through what's going to be kind of gnarly, kind of technical, some cool stuff. You know, not that any of the trail is really boring or anything, but, you know, there's a lot that doesn't happen. You're just walking through the forest and, you know, hoping for an occasional viewpoint. But we're going to be hitting really cool things in New Hampshire and then Maine. It's odd to me that after the day, you know, just one more state left up north, and that'll be Maine. Of course, then we have to do the stuff down south. So to quickly go over all the things that we have to do, there's a 35-mile section in Vermont that we skipped because it was a multiple off-grid hike, and my workload at the time was not good, and it's still not. So we're not doing it now. We're going to do it after we summit Katahdin. We're going to come back down as we drive south, do that 35-mile hike. And even if my workload's bad, we're just going to do it anyways, because really it's the only thing we could do. And of course, then we hit Harper's Ferry and hike down through Virginia. There's just a very small section of West Virginia that we do, then Virginia, and then I think a small section of Tennessee, right? I think so. Maybe just a teeny bit of North Carolina too. I don't know. But then we end up in Hot Springs. So right now, it's looking like that may all happen in the very beginning, early November. It looks like we'll be summiting Katahdin end of August. So I had hoped to be summiting Katahdin in August. Thought originally it was early August, but end of August is not too bad. So truly, it's been a little bothersome to me that we're this far behind schedule. I mean, I was kind of upset about it. But on the other hand, you know, you kind of look at the positive. It's like, dude, we're going to be in New Hampshire today, and then there's Maine, and then we're almost done. Yeah, I know it's not quite almost, but it'll be 2/3 done. That'll be cool. So I just ran into southbound hiker Dragonfly, and again, regret not videoing her at all because yeah, I just caught up in conversation and move on. But anyway, she was hiking southbound. She's doing a bit of a modified flip because she skipped a bit of New Hampshire, so she's going to go down all the way to Amicalold and then come back up and finish. But she was telling me about what we got to look forward to coming up, and she's talking about how she thinks it's the most beautiful part of the trail, and that we're going to really, really like it. It's challenging, but rewarding. So that's awesome, man. I tell you, I mean, to be frank, lately it feels like it's been a bit of a slog, you know, just trudging along every day, and like, you know, thoughts go through your head of like, why am I doing this? You know, I could be home. And then, so to look forward to something like this, the Whites, the Maine 100-mile wilderness, Mahoosuc Notch, Katahdin, that's going to be awesome. So, yeah, I'm feeling more motivated, which is good. So, yeah, if I can keep that motivation. Yeah, by the way, I'm not thinking of quitting. I just think about, well, okay, I do think, but I don't, not seriously. It's just, as you trudge along and it's hot and bugs fly into your eyes, you kind of go like, why? Why am I doing this? But that goes away. All right, popped out into a bit of a field, which is actually kind of nice after being in the forest all morning. And yeah, so apparently we've only walked 1.8 miles from Podunk Road. Feels more like more, but all right. Happy Hill Shelter. So the other thing about hiking to Maine for me is that it's really kind of like my home, right? I mean, it's where the chases are all from. So, yeah, apparently settled there, I think in the 1600s, and yeah, so a lot of relatives live up around the Portland area, some up deeper in a little town called Charleston, Maine. So, yeah, it'd be kind of cool going back. I've been there before. I've been to Maine, visited my folks there a number of times, and but I haven't been to Maine in the last 20 years, so it'll be the first time going back. So that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, who are you?
I'm Gray Ghost from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Clarksville.
And doing the AT in sections all the way through.
All right, and you're doing what I think of a call as a leapfrog, where you have two people, one vehicle.
Or crisscross in the middle with two guys and
great
vehicle, and so
all right,
it's very functional.
Great, perfect.
It's doable.
All right, and you're enjoying hostels and restaurants.
Slack pack every day, hostel and restaurant every night, yeah.
I relate. All right, cool, thanks. I forgot to mention too, the first thing he said to me is, you know, he was coming southbound, I'm going northbound. He pulls off the trail and he goes, well, I'm going to let the youth go by. I said, youth? I looked at him and I said, well, how old are you? He goes, 66. He said, and what about you? I said, 66. And I said, okay, so when were you born? He said, March. I said, January. You're younger. So, anyways, I was amused. All right, here over the Connecticut River, passing into New Hampshire from Vermont. Okay, heading into New Hampshire, leaving Vermont. Cheers. Oh, ah. All right, we're excited about New Hampshire. We're going to be heading into the Whites and all that it means. So cool. Leaving Vermont. It's been fun. Vermont's been awesome, but we're ready for New Hampshire. We are here. The presidentials. Mount Washington. How cool. Check it out. Maine Katahdin. All right. Finishing this long ass road walk through Norwich and then Hanford, and coming to the end of our day here at the parking lot with the van.